What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. For the longest time, people have been clamoring for lower priced Nintendo Switch first party games, and they just haven't gotten it. And in years past with prior generations of consoles, Nintendo has done something towards the end of the life cycle of those consoles, be it the GameCube Player's Choice or the Wii U Nintendo Selects. They've always done some sort of discounted first-party games towards the end of the life cycle. And while it's not exclusive to just Nintendo doing it, it's the one that most people are looking forward to the most because first-party titles with Nintendo rarely go on sale, and when they do, the sales pretty much suck anyways. So what's transpired in the background here is pretty interesting. There are a slew of Nintendo first-party titles being delisted from major retailers right now, and everyone's wondering if this has something to do with Nintendo finally prepping for Nintendo Selects on Nintendo Switch. JT. Hit that subscribe, give me a like if you enjoyed this video, and check out SmashJT.com for the full details and breakdown of every game that we've found that has been delisted from major retailers' shelves. Recent developments in the retail space have stirred the Nintendo community. Numerous first-party Nintendo Switch titles are being quietly removed from store databases. No one is talking about this. The trend is often seen in the gaming industry as a console nears the end of its life cycle, fueling speculation about the potential reintroduction of the Nintendo Selects or Player's Choice series, offering popular games at affordable, discounted prices. And while I don't want to speculate too much on what the prices would be with inflation and everything, in prior years past, it's been around USD $19.99. I'd love to see these Nintendo Switch titles hit that price point. I don't know if they're going to, but that would be pretty amazing. If I had to guess, it would be $24.99, but we'll have to see. Plenty of big retailers are discontinuing a range of notable Nintendo Switch games, whether it be Walmart, GameStop, Target, any retailer that's selling these games, Best Buy. These are being delisted and only available at one, maximum two stores currently, and selling out fast. This is not typical. I can't stress that enough. Here's a list of the titles that I could locate being discontinued from major retailers. Paper Mario: The Origami King, Donkey Kong Country: Tropical Freeze, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening 2019, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, Metroid Dread, that's a great one, Kirby Star Allies, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, that one you can't find very cheap anywhere, so I'm sure plenty of people would want that one as well, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, which still goes for a good amount of money right now, Fire Emblem Engage, which is one of the newer titles, that's surprising that one's being removed and delisted from store shelves right now, Yoshi's Crafted World, WarioWare Get It Together, another fairly new one, Nintendo Switch Sports, Super Mario Odyssey, that's a big hitter right there, Splatoon 2, Super Mario Maker 2, and Mario Strikers Battle League. And while this is not all-encompassing, nor does it guarantee every single one of these titles will be a Nintendo Select or Player's Choice, it does give us insight as to what Nintendo is prepping and planning right now. Notably, it does miss three major titles you guys probably noticed while I was going through this. There's no Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Animal Crossing New Horizons, or Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in this list, meaning those games are still listed on the retail shelves and still are available at full price and are still being restocked. Nintendo hasn't cut off the distribution for those games. So what's actually happening right now? Why are these being discontinued and Nintendo not even making so much as an announcement on Twitter? Most likely it's because Nintendo is prepping to make a big announcement reveal for these during an upcoming Nintendo Direct presentation. That's what I would expect out of this. But then again, it's Nintendo, so expect the unexpected. I'd imagine that Nintendo is going to bring this up during the Nintendo Direct like I talked about, but it's gonna have to be sometime in the first quarter of 2024 if it's gonna line up when the Nintendo Switch 2 gets announced shortly after that. This is gonna be like a last-ditch effort for Nintendo to squeeze as much money out of these games as they can before moving on to the next system. For those that are curious about the standouts for me, that would definitely be a day one pickup for the Nintendo Selects if you haven't gotten them already. Definitely Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, Metroid Dread, Pikmin 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I mean, these are all obviously Super Mario Odyssey. So many fantastic first-party titles that, if they do have a discounted price to them, would entice tons and tons of people that own a Switch already that haven't picked up these games yet to get them before they're gone forever. And yeah, they're probably going to show up eventually on the Nintendo Switch 2 via download or via online services. But at this point, if you want to preserve the physical media, have it on a cartridge, have it set so nothing can ever happen to it, this would be the ideal solution for you if you're looking for it at an affordable price. This is all speculation at this point, but dubbing it the Red Label Selections or whatever Nintendo ends up doing, this collection could potentially feature fan-favorite titles at reduced prices. I would love to see them hit that $24.99 USD mark, but again, we'll see. It would revitalize interest in the Switch's extensive library of fantastic first-party titles as the console moves towards the latter stages of its life cycle. Everyone knows that the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming. Most expect it to be sometime in 2024. I'm predicting it to be announced sometime early 2024. So all this would line up with Nintendo trying to squeeze as much juice out of these older titles as they can, preparing for the Nintendo Switch 2 moving forward, and then starting an entire new generation at that point. And to be clear, we're not really sure about what Nintendo is going to end up calling these, assuming it happens in the first place. Nintendo Switch Selects sounds probably the best, but who knows what their marketing department would come up with. Again, it's Nintendo. They're very unpredictable. But the fact of the matter is, these games do need to come out again one last time. They're being delisted from store shelves currently, and the next obvious solution of what happens is the games will make another appearance in a different form, shape or form, of different color, different box, different label. It's going to be the same game, complete on the cartridge, in the box, and probably called Nintendo Switch Selects or something along those lines. This kind of move would be in line with what Nintendo has done previously with their other generations of consoles, like I mentioned before. Repackaging and re-promoting the same games for a lower price is something a lot of people would embrace. And while I'm not the biggest fan of the color, the packaging, and how they've done it in the past, I like the original, I do like the price, and that, at the end of the day, is what means the most to the consumer. And while the disappearance from the listing these games on the store databases is intriguing, by no means does it mean it's definitely happening with a Nintendo Switch Selects or Player's Choice or whatever they end up going with. It's just speculation at this point. But as I started this video off talking about the situation, I'm like, it only makes sense, and if anything, it's taking way longer than it has in previous generations, and Nintendo's probably learned from their past with when the best time to do this is, and moving forward, they know that if they are going to offer these games, reprinting them with a lower price point, this would be the time to do it. Now, things that do enter into my mind when I think about Player's Choice with Nintendo Switch is, are the games for the Nintendo Switch 2 going to be backwards compatible? And if that's the case, is that going to cut into their margins with all of that? Maybe. But at the end of the day, it's older titles, older software, and they probably want to get as much money as possible before they can't get any more money out of them. And while the Nintendo Switch 2 might bring in some new consumers, the way the Nintendo Switch sold itself, it's not going to bring in that many new people. Most people already have a Nintendo Switch, and if they didn't buy the games at this point, the only thing that's preventing them to do that is the price point. So if they can create a Player's Choice or Nintendo Select line to open it up for people like that, then I think it's going to be the best choice for everyone involved. But that's all the information we have right now. And again, this is all speculation. I don't want to make it sound like Nintendo has officially announced it, but everything is pointing to it's definitely happening. It's just a matter of when, not if. I'm going to leave it there, but again, check out smashjt.com for the full breakdown. I will link it in the description for the article that I wrote. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing. Smash,